All right, so it is 6:59 on December 4th, and I'm calling to order the meeting of the Affordable Housing Trust. And I know we need to do a roll call attendance.
We do. I can call on people, and when I do, please state your last name and present. Hill.
Hill, present.
Where'd we get to? Sorry, Jen.
Stacy, present.
Chrisanne.
Sheedy, present.
And Polovna.
Lane, present.
Thank you. And we also have remote meeting instructions that we have to read. If you'll bear with me, please. This meeting will be conducted remotely over Zoom. Attendance by board and commission members will be remote, and remote attendance shall count toward quorum. The meeting may be broadcast live and will be recorded on ECAT. Members of the public can access the meeting using Zoom. The Zoom link is posted in the posted agenda. We try to keep meetings as close to in-person meetings as we can. When attendees from the public wish to participate or make a statement, they can use the chat or the raise hand function, and the meeting chair can call on them at that time. And one important difference from in-person meetings, all votes need to be by roll call, where board members state their last name and their vote. Thank you.
All right. So we want to look at the minutes from last, everybody had a chance to read over the minutes from last month's meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Yeah.
Second.
Great.
Yeah, that was Stacy
Third.
too. Thanks. Okay, Sam?
Hill, yes.
And Jen?
Stacy, yes.
And Chrisanne?
Sheedy, yes.
And Polovna?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. And then we do have a couple of very short updates or discussion points. One of our agenda items is the surplus municipal properties question. Folks may remember that with the construction of the DPW and public safety facilities, there will be several town-owned properties that will become surplus. And the planning department applied for and received a $50,000 grant from the state to do some planning for three of the properties. They're the old police station on Lothrop Street, the DPW facility on Center Street, and the water and fire joint property down on Bay Road. The state grant is to help is to hire a consultant team to lead a public input process with several public meetings to understand public interest in what folks in town might like to see happen at the properties. This will involve a very high-level site analysis, so folks can understand some of the developmental constraints, a discussion of what folks might like to see happen, what things might need to happen in terms of environmental remediation or permitting or zoning for that to happen. And then the consultant team will develop one of the three site concepts sufficient to have background documents for what the town's vision is, that the town can then take that and roll it into an RFP for disposition if the town feels so moved. And that work should be starting in the new year in January. The public meetings unfolding in winter and spring. And the project needs to wrap up because of the grant parameters by the end of June of next year. So I wanted to give folks a bit of an update on that. Of course, one of several uses for one or several of these properties could be affordable housing. That is certainly a critical need in town. And As the public meetings and workshops and such are scheduled, it would be helpful if members of the Affordable Housing Trust could attend, participate, reach out to friends and supporters to attend and participate so that we can get a full spectrum of voices and input on developing the vision for the properties. And I will update folks as we finalize the contract. That's a bit of a technicality. We have a the state has given us a grant, and the state actually hires the consultant team to do the work. So we just have a grant from the state, but they hire someone on our behalf, so we don't actually contract with a consultant. And it looks like we may be working with a group called Studio Luz, L-U-Z, but we're still working out what the scope of work. We're still finalizing that. So I'll certainly update folks as we go on. Anybody have any sort of questions or comments around that?
I'm on board.
Excellent. Thanks. And then another item on the agenda is the South Shore Habitat for Humanity House at 26 Pequannock. They have selected their partner family. So with affordable housing units, there's a free and fair application and lottery process. So, qualified, income and asset qualified first-time home buyers apply. And then there's a lottery with the subset that are actually qualified, and a member of family is selected, and they're ranked by family size. A family that has need for the number of bedrooms in the prospective housing unit. So the partner family is a woman with 3 children. I believe they're all under 10. I think they're all daughters. She's a teacher in a neighboring town, and is, I think, currently living with relatives. And having identified the partner family is an important logistical point, because the Habitat for Humanity model for creating affordable housing is to work with the people who will ultimately be living in and owning the house to build the house. So now that the partner family has been identified, construction can continue to move hopefully fairly quickly, and the foundation is in. I think some framing is up. As people drive by, they may be noticing that. And also a group of students from Southeast Regional VOTEC will also be working on the build. And also Habitat had a volunteer work day earlier in November. And a specific point I wanted to bring up with the board, Habitat schedules sort of bespoke volunteer work days. They will just schedule random volunteer work days, and you can sign up, but you can also get a group of people together. I think it's like a dozen or 15 or something like that, and they can schedule a volunteer work day to incorporate that. So I don't know if members of the trust would be interested in trying to coordinate a schedule amongst ourselves and with Habitat on a day that might work. Background skills aren't necessary. Just show up and they'll give you a hard hat and, tell you what to do, pound a nail. So I think it's a fun, easy, sort of low barrier to entry to participate. So I didn't know if folks would be interested in trying to set up a volunteer work day centered on the Affordable Housing Trust members, board members, and any other folks from town government who might want to participate.
What date did you say?
There is no date scheduled. We'd have to sort of set one up. So we'd have to schedule, what would work with folks and what would work with Habitat. And if folks are interested in that, I can reach out to Habitat and, sort of get a sense of when, because obviously we're moving into the cold weather season now. So I don't know how much outdoor, climbing around on our roof is really feasible for folks, right? So, it's like, when can they accommodate a low skill bunch of volunteers?
Yeah, but even if, I feel like talking about something like this with this size group of people, this is the right time to do it, because it might be like we end up deciding on a date in April when they've made more progress and we're not outside, because it's hard, to find a date that's going to work with everybody. And so I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. So I can reach out to Habitat and get a sense of what a time might look like, or time ranges. There might be sort of like 3 blackout weeks where it's like, no, I'm sorry, for various reasons, nothing's happening.
Right.
Right. So,
I think it's a great idea. If you can find some guidance, that'd be awesome. And I'm happy to talk to the select board members and ask them to talk to their boards and committees, and we can try to get some energy around this.
Cool. Thank you. So I'll reach out to Bologna. Does that sound like a?
Absolutely. I'm here for whatever you guys need me to do. Please just let me know. I'm here.
Thanks. So I'll reach out to my contact at South Shore Habitat and say, we got a group of folks who are interested in doing a volunteer work day. What are some ranges that might work? I'm assuming nothing is happening between now and Christmas. I'm certainly not.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's awesome. And that's all I really had. Like I think we talked about at the top of this is mostly a schedule. It's just, keep in touch and try to get back to more regular monthly meetings. Do we have a sense of when in January or early February might make sense for our next meeting? This is what, Wednesday? The second Wednesday? First Wednesday? First or second Wednesday?
It's the first Wednesday. I'm open. So whatever you guys are available.
We've got a Wednesday the 8th, Wednesday the 15th. I have it in my head like a Tuesday.
15th will definitely not work for me. I'm going to be in North Carolina for work.
Oh, okay.
And any other Wednesday or Thursday works other than that week.
Okay.
I'm pretty available.
So I'm hearing the 4 folks here, and yours truly, we can do Wednesday, January 8th. And 6:30 is still a decent time?
Can we confirm Wednesday the 8th?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, because it just got real quiet for a second. I just want to make sure my audio didn't crap out on me.
No, I like it when I have bandwidth issues and everything freezes up, and like you go quiet usually with a very bad expression on your face, and you just kind of freeze there, and everyone's looking at you. You're like, that's a great feeling. I love that. All right, so my action items are to reach out to Habitat and start trying to think of a group work day. And we've got the meeting scheduled for Wednesday the 8th. We should have a critical mass of folks who can do that and let the rest of the people know. And I think we're doing good. So I guess
On a motion
done. If you want a motion and a second, I love it. Okay.
Motion.
Okay, second from Stacy. Okay, Hill.
So I say something about officially adjourning the meeting on this date.
Yes, you can just say yes.
Yes, I can just say that. Hill, yes, that's easy.
I love it.
I second.
Jen.
Stacy, yes.
Thanks. Chris-Ann?
Sheedy, yes.
And Bologna.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So we are adjourned at 7:13.
Perfect.
Thank you all for joining tonight on a hectic holiday season. Hope you all have
Thanks, guys.
a very great holiday. And I'll see you in the new year, and I'll circle back with more updates.
Happy holidays. See you in January.
See you next year, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yep.